off-grid communities around the world. In this video, I will share with you some of the different off-grid communities around the world, from USA to Canada, Australia, UK, and other countries. For the full list of off-grid communities around the world, please visit our site as we cover all of them in our article. Let's begin. Off-grid communities have been around for decades, but they drew an increased attention and interest in the recent years. Social unrest, economic and political instabilities, natural disasters, unwelcome pandemics, everything that's been happening recently is driving people to a simpler and freer lifestyle. Off-grid living basically means living without being dependent on public utility companies and official power grid. Off-grid lifestyle often entails producing your own energy from the sun or wind, growing your own crops and livestock, and living in a house away from the urban life. Some do it on their own or just with their families, while others unite in small off-grid communities. Off-grid communities in USA. The United States has always been an encouraging nation as far as off-grid living is concerned. There are states such as Florida, Arizona, Colorado, and Missouri where the combination of climate, land availability, and local laws create very welcoming conditions to live off the grid. Emerald Earth. Located at Mendocino County, California, the community is based on 189 acres of meadows and forest. It was established in 1989 by their own non-profit organization. Like-minded individuals and families are invited to apply for membership. The community grows their own food and strives to enrich the environment instead of depleting it. Emerald Earth's members have an extensive knowledge of natural building and sustainable agriculture. They also conduct workshops, harvest seaweed at the coast, and raise their own livestock. With that said, they do still have plenty of spare time for themselves. Dancing Rabbit Eco Village. An off-grid community that is located in the northeast part of Missouri. Dozens of its members enjoy living in houses made from recycled materials that are powered by renewable energy. This ecological village has been flourishing for over 2 decades. Visitors to Dancing Rabbit can gain a lot by learning organic gardening, production of alternative energy, self-governing management, and other useful off-grid skills. The community also holds annual events such as the Women's Retreat, singing gatherings, and open house, and everyone is invited to visit. Freedom Village, Georgia. Located in the very center of the state of Georgia, this is a modern off-grid eco-village. It's entirely self-contained and is managed by the ideas outlined in the Principles of Freedom book. It contains over 60 tiny houses, restaurants, art center, park, and a lake. There are modern facilities as well, such as schools, medical center, shuttle service, internal high-tech network, and so forth. The sustainable community has over 400 members and always welcomes more members and visitors. Off-grid communities in Canada. The off-grid lifestyle is flourishing in Canada. Thousands of groups, families, and individuals are settling on their own land away from the bustling cities. The areas around Rocky Mountains, Canadian Valley, and New Brunswick are especially sought after. Asquith Island. A community of 400 people located in Vancouver's vicinity. The local residents' lifestyle is self-sufficient and totally off the grid. They prefer composting toilets and solar power to the modern appliances. It's a diverse community of individuals, many of whom are skilled at fishing, logging, planting, farming, manufacturing, and also making music, writing, and creating in general. The community welcomes visitors, tourists, and anyone who wishes to temporarily or permanently experience this type of life. Terra de la Reunion. This is a newer community based in the mountain maple grove in Quebec. It was only recently established, but already has 13 buildings. The driven ideology of this community is peaceful coexistence of equal people. The residents are highly ecologically aware and always make sure that their actions never harm the nearby environment. The community welcomes visitors and new members, but but keep in mind that the community's daily language is French. Off-grid communities in UK. Off-grid life in UK can be a bit challenging. You will need to locate an arable land, preferably close to a water source, and unless you intend to dwell in a hut or a caravan, you will need to deal with UK planning permission system before establishing a permanent homestead. Deermore, a large farm in Pembrokeshire, West Wales. It does not use the country's water lines and power lines, therefore is completely off the grid. The residents conserve and recycle resource, dedicate their time to organic farming, and generally take care of the nature and the environment. There are currently 20 people living on an area of 165 acres, and they welcome visitors as well as new members. Adult members are required to work 3 days per week for the community, and the rest of their time can be dedicated to their personal projects. Tinker's Bubble, situated in rural Somerset, England, is a charming woodland community that runs without any use of the fossil fuels. The small houses with thatched roofs create the illusion that you stepped into Tolkien's Shire. This is a great off-grid community with solid goals and principles. They make sure that their impact on the environment is minimal. They use compost toilet, spring water connected to the taps, and solar energy. The small village always welcomes volunteers and curious visitors. Off-grid communities in Australia. Off-grid living is definitely on the rise in Australia. People are drawn to the eco-friendly aspect of this lifestyle, as well as more affordable housing costs. Aldinga Arts Eco Village, a community located at 40 kilometers to the south of Adelaide. Their main focuses are permaculture, environmental sustainability, and arts. A truly cohesive community, they see the people as the most valuable asset. There are tons of group activities and projects open to everyone, including a small farm. It has over 400 members and invites everyone to visit or settle there. Bend Eco Neighbourhood, located in Bega. This is a neighbourhood in a small Australian town that is entirely off the grid. They use solar hot water, passive solar design, rainwater, and composting toilets. Currently, there are 22 houses with 10 available for cheap rent. There are plans to establish more households as this community of 50 people intends to expand. The community stretches across an area of 10 hectares next to the Bega River, evenly split between agriculture, housing, and reforestation purposes. Off-grid communities in the rest of the world. I will now mention a few off-grid communities around the world that may interest you as well. Wilderland, located in New Zealand, it was established in 1964 on the Coromandel Peninsula. It started as one of New Zealand's earliest organic farms and eventually transformed into a well-known, sustainable community. People who live or visit Wilderland learn significant skills that help them to particularly intelligently live off the land. The Wilderland Trust is always focused on developing both the land and the people tending to it. Wilderland carries experimentation. It explores eco-balance while growing new crops and plants. On a more personal level, the local community encourages creativity and education while discouraging any use of drugs and substances. Villa Monte Reserve, located in northwestern Argentina, this is a communal place that embraces both people and the nature. 400 acres of native forest, rivers, caves, springs, and so forth. It is truly a place to live in. This small yet beautiful community always welcomes visitors, new members, and new ideas. It's a private natural reserve that contains unique fauna and flora thanks to its being a midway zone between several ecosystems. The local people promote conservation of the forest and its biodiversity, organic farming, and sustainable lifestyle. Monte do Carvalhos, Mount of Oaks. It's a small off-grid community in the municipality of Fundão, Portugal. It's a very tranquil place with kind people whose sole focus is to care for the land, plants, and animals. They frequently hold workshops teaching the best and most natural ways of agriculture. They are also open to new members and visitors, offering a safe and quiet space to anyone who seeks it. Cat Farm, an open off-grid community near the village of Poussin, France, close to the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. They embrace alternative ways of life and welcome free and creative spirits. They constantly run new projects while teaching the local folks better methods of waste reduction, land cultivation, and creative expression. You can stay as a new member or as a guest by renting a teepee or parking your RV. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed our video, please like it and subscribe to support our channel. For the full list of off-grid communities around the world and more information about off-grid living, how much it costs, how to prepare, and much more, please visit our site and enjoy our articles on these and other topics. Have a wonderful day.